Hi, welcome to the Art of Yoga with Cat Justice, and this is month 2 in my postnatal yoga series. So by now your baby is between 1 and 2 months old, and your body is kind of starting that recovery stage from all of the stress of pregnancy and childbirth, and learning kind of what your new body is like after going through all of that. So you may or may not have been cleared for exercise by your physician or your nurse practitioner or midwife or whoever your medical professional is that's monitoring your health. And so this is all going to stay very gentle. So it's for those of us that are kind of in that in-between phase of our ability to kind of lift and do more aerobic exercise. Maybe we're not there yet, so we're going to stay nice and gentle. And we're also going to stay kind of short because, again, I don't know about you, but my little Arden is napping right now, and so we're going to try and get as much yoga in as we can while the baby is napping. So let's start lying on our backs. So you can come onto your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. And as you lie back, go ahead and take one hand to the belly and one hand to your heart. You can let your knees point straight up, or if it's more comfortable, let the knees drop together. And closing your eyes. And with the eyes closed, just letting your body relax and soften. Noticing the breath rising and falling in the belly. And just allowing your body, your mind, and your breath all to slow down. If you notice any aches or pains in your back, allow the back to soften and melt into the floor, softening through those aches and pains. And then from here, you can open your eyes. And the first thing that we're going to do here is we're going to check our belly to see if we have a diastasis recti. So what this is our abdominal muscle, the kind of that six-pack muscle that runs up and down the belly. When we get pregnant, the connective tissue down the middle of that muscle, the tendon, opens and stretches. And for some of us, myself included, it splits. And so to get that connective tissue to reconnect, there's some specific exercises that we can work on in some ways that yoga can help. But we got to know if we have one first. So how you're going to do it, it's easiest to feel from skin. So you're going to get the skin of your belly exposed. And then from this position, you're just going to gently lift your head up off the ground. As you lift your head, you're going to start at your belly button and feel and see if it will feel like a little bit of a valley or a little gap, a little dent in the belly. For some of us, it's 1 finger width long. For some people, it's 3 or 4. It can be pretty big on some of us. And so you're going to lift and you're going to feel, and mine's about 1 finger width apart, and you can kind of feel the way up. And mine goes pretty far up. It goes all the way up to kind of my lower rib cage. And it doesn't go down any further than my belly button, but sometimes it can too. So you're just going to kind of feel and see what's there, and then rest your head back down. So that lifting of the head is what we don't want to do, because that will make that diastasis recti worse. So we're not going to do any kind of core strength that involves sit-ups or lifting the head or even crunches. What we're going to do is some core strength that's going to help to knit that connective tissue back together and help to kind of get our core nice and strong. So it doesn't look like a lot. This is one of those exercises, it's hard to show, but I'm going to talk you through it. So you can feel how when you lie on your back, how there's that natural little curve where the back curves away. And you can even do a couple pelvic tilts, just rocking back and forth to feel the back kind of press down into the ground and arch away. And then you're going to kind of come into that posterior pelvic tilt, or tucking the tailbone under. Feel the lower back press into the floor. And from there, you're going to draw in through your belly, engaging a little bit of that Uddiyana Bandha. It's not that full kind of lift of the Uddiyana Bandha, but it's close, so the belly lock. From there, we're going to feel that sense of drawing in, and imagine again that your belly is kind of drawing inward towards itself. You can also imagine like your belly button is kind of pushing down towards your lower back. And at the same time, you want to make sure that you can breathe that you're not tensing up your shoulders to do this. Make sure the shoulders stay relaxed. And if you want extra bonus points, you can also engage the pelvic floor. Lifting through the pelvic floor, engaging that Kegel muscle, that Mula Bandha. And then again, think of breathing, relaxing as you're doing this. So all the effort is here in the belly and in the pelvic floor. We're going to relax through the neck and shoulders. It's simple, not meaning easy, but it's a very straightforward exercise. Again, it doesn't look like anything from the outside, but this is a really powerful one. And if you're lifting your baby or you're doing any kind of more strenuous work around the house, creating this, they call it sometimes a pelvic brace, that feeling of drawing inward through the belly, lifting through the pelvic floor, it's going to help to keep your back healthy. So you can do this while you're sitting, while you're standing, you can even do it while you're walking. Just make sure you do it while you're breathing, or you're breathing while you're doing it. And then relax and let it all go. And then from here, we're going to gently roll to one side. So again, we never sit straight up until that diastasis is fully closed. And even then, I'd still wait a month or two just to make sure that it doesn't split open again. From here, we're going to come onto hands and knees, fingers spread nice and wide, and we're going to move through cat and cow. As you exhale, gently round through the back, push the floor away, relax the head, and inhale, gently arch, moving with the breath, exhaling to round, inhaling to arch, moving at your own pace, follow your breath. Only go as far as your body wants to go. If the extremes of movement don't feel good, then just back off. Take it through one more round. And then coming back to neutral. From here, take the hands a little bit forward of the shoulders, just about half a hand print. Tuck the toes, pull back from the hips, maybe even lift the pelvic floor. Find that Mula Bandha as you rise up into downward facing dog. And from down dog, just gently walk the feet in place. Relax the neck. And then reaching both heels down towards the ground, lifting through the hips, relax the head. And then exhale, child's pose, releasing all the way down. Let the hips sink back and let your body rest. You can always have the hands forward or folded under your head or folded back at your sides. Just choosing the arm position that feels most comfortable. And then inhale, rising back up to hands and knees. And from here, let's move into puppy pose or heart chakra pose. Anahatanasana is the Sanskrit name. We're going to reach the hands forward and we're going to let the body sink down. From here, if your head doesn't touch the floor, I recommend folding your hands under your head and just let your heart sink down. If your head can touch, then you just feel that same sinking and melting through the heart. The hands can be straight forward or they can be a little wider apart if that feels better on your shoulders. And then inhale, shifting forward from here into Sphinx pose. For Sphinx, you want your elbows right under your shoulders. Fingers are spread, and you're going to feel just that gentle lift of your heart, of your breastbone. Shoulders draw away from the ears. Breathing here, maybe swaying side to side. If this feels like too deep of a stretch across the belly, you can always take Cobra with the hands under the shoulders and hang out there. It's a little less of that stretch, especially if you had a C-section. You might want to take Cobra instead. And then from here, we're all going to take Cobra, taking the hands down under the shoulders, shoulders away from the ears, plant the feet, and feel the body lengthen with that very gentle lift. The elbows pull towards each other, The hands pull back towards your hips. Stay present with your breath. Make sure you're not holding your breath. From there, soften through the legs. You're going to press down at your knees. Elbows tuck in at your sides. On an inhale, lift from your hips, rising back up to hands and knees. And then from here, we're going to head back to child's pose. Once again, feel your breath moving into your back. Let the breath kind of massage out any aches or pains that are lingering anywhere in the back. And then from here, you're going to walk your hands to the right, and then the hips are going to pull back to the left. Feeling that nice stretch all along the left side of the body. And then taking the other side, walk the hands to the left and take the hips to the right. And feel your breath really moving into the right rib cage, the right waist. And then from there, coming back to child's pose. And then from child's pose, you're going to rise on up to sit. And in seated, if it's more comfortable to prop up onto a couple folded blankets or a bolster or anything like that, feel free. I'm going to come into just a comfortable cross-legged position. From here, once again, feel the pelvic floor lift. Gently draw the belly in and get that feeling of kind of drawing the belly back towards itself. Just a couple breaths here again. Soften through the shoulders. And then from here, we're going to take it into just another gentle heart opener. Take the hands gently back behind you. Little lift through the breastbone. Stay connected to your breath. And exhale, gently release. From there, taking the legs straight forward. And take Marichyasana 3, drawing the right leg up. Sitting nice and tall. Feel that right foot press down, the right knee draws in towards you. Inhale, lift through the left arm. And then exhale, gently wrap the left arm around the knee as you twist. From there, reach through your left foot. Soften through the shoulders. Imagine the twist is like a vine spiraling up a pole. If you feel like you have more room to twist and you want to take the arm variations, maybe bringing the elbow to the outside of the knee, or if you know the bind, you can wrap and bind from there. And exhale, gently unwind. We'll take the other side. Draw the leg up. Inhale, find that nice tall spine. Reach through the right arm. And exhale to twist. Soften through the shoulders. Feeling the breath helping you with the twist. Inhaling to grow tall, exhaling to soften. And again, you can keep the arm here, or you can take it to the outside of the knee, or you can bind. And exhale, gently unwind. From here, take the legs straight forward. Inhale, lift through the heart. And exhale, forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Any amount. You can bring the hands down the legs to the feet, coming forward as far as is comfortable, but try and keep your back nice and flat as you come forward. So if you kind of remember what it felt like to have a big pregnant belly, that's a great image for this pose, because we want our belly to be the closest thing to our legs. And then next would be the chest or the heart, last would be the head. So the head is further away from the legs than your chest or belly. And And again, just going as far into the forward fold as is comfortable. And inhale, gently rise back up. And from here, we're going to come all the way down onto our backs. Better to come down onto the back either by hugging the knees if you can control it and gently roll down, or even better yet, just come to your side and then come onto your back. Again, then we're protecting the belly. From here, we're going to move into bridge pose. Arms are at the sides. The pinkies are down towards the earth. Thumbs are up towards the sky. The feet step up so that they're about hip distance apart. And on an inhale, curl the tailbone under and peel up the spine, vertebra by vertebra. Inhaling as you lift up, and exhaling, gently lower back down. We're going to take that through twice more on the breath. So inhale, gently peel up, vertebra by vertebra. Exhale, gently roll back down. And then this last time we're going to hold. Inhale, peeling up. And then we're going to hold at the top. From here you can keep the arms as they are, or you can walk the shoulders under and interlace. From there, reach through the knees, relax the jaw, the neck. Again, make sure you're breathing. And then exhale, gently release and roll down the spine. And from here, you're going to take your knees to your chest and just gently rock side to side. Massaging the back into the floor. And then we're going to move into our final relaxation pose. So you can take a traditional Shavasana, just lying on your back here with the palms facing up, closing your eyes. This is an awesome place to hang out. But if you've got some props to use, you can build yourself into a little restorative heart opener. With all the demands of taking care of a baby, particularly feeding and holding a baby, our body caves forward so much throughout our day that it's nice to take some restorative work that opens up the body, that opens up the chest. It's going to feel really good, really therapeutic. So you can use the bolster and the block like I have to make a nice little inclined plane. If you don't have these guys, you can take some folded blankets and stack them up with just an extra blanket or a pillow under your head so you create a little bit of that incline. Optional would be to have another rolled blanket or bolster under your knees. You're going to scoot back so you sit right up next to the bolster, and then very gently lying back. Arms at the sides with the palms facing up, closing your eyes and letting your body melt. And whatever position you're in for your Shavasana, again, just let your awareness rest inside your body. As moms of babies, we spend so much time focusing outside our bodies because we're taking care of this very vulnerable little creature. So taking this time to really let go of the outside world and just send some loving kindness, just some caring attention to our inner world can be very therapeutic, very good for us. Letting the breath slow down. Allow the body to just grow heavier and heavier. Releasing any tension that's creeping into the shoulders, the neck, the back. It's also nice when we do that deep core work to kind of draw the belly in and hold it together. In Shavasana, it's really nice to then just let the belly go. Let it be soft. Take away effort out of the belly. Let the breath massage the belly. feel free to put on some relaxing music. You can pause the video, you can stay here as long as you want. Whenever you are ready to come out, you can just gently wiggle fingers and toes, little circles for the ankles, the wrists, and letting that little movement just gradually grow into stretching any way that feels good. And when you're ready to come out, once again, just walk your feet up, gently roll to one side, resting on your side for at least 3 breaths, maybe even a little longer. And when you're ready to come back up, gently come back up to seated. Thank you so much for following along on this pre to postnatal yoga journey. I hope you're doing great. I hope your baby is doing really well too. And stay tuned for next month as we get stronger and the baby gets bigger, and so we need to be stronger to lift it. And the yoga practice next month will start to be a little bit more active again to help kind of rebuild some of that strength and some of that vitality. So I hope you're having a great day. Thanks so much. Namaste.